You are watching ILFL Soccer Night.
Sponsored by Hawk and Eagle.
Hello, welcome back. It's ILFL Soccer Night, show sponsored by Hawk and Eagle. We've started the show by talking about the new First Division champions, which are West End. But let's talk about the teams they left behind. Hot on their heels all season have been the two teams, Tower Hamlets and Leytonstone. Tower Hamlets didn't have a game yesterday because of their participation in the Mayor's Cup, so that left Leytonstone with an opportunity to put some pressure and try and see if they could snatch that second place away from Tower Hamlets. But it didn't happen. Leytonstone finished up with a 3-3 draw against St Catherine's. Rash, is that an opportunity missed?
I'm very surprised with that. Considering Leytonstone had an opportunity to put the pressure on Tower Hamlets to make sure they win the last game to ensure the second place, this was a must-win game for them. And playing against St Catherine's, who in the recent weeks haven't had the best of results and the selection of team itself, to get a draw was very disappointing. And I would have thought, you know, Leytonstone would give them 150%, if not more than that. But it's very shocking. I'm very surprised because the whole season was depending on this last game. So it's another season now in the Division 1.
And we look forward to talking about it all week.
And they are a good side, a very good side, a very good outfit, a very massive organisation. So I'm sure they have the resources and the pool and the people behind it to make sure they get result. And knowing that Tower's not playing, to ensure the pressure was on them. But now Tower Hamlets are second guarantee without even playing the last game.
Azad, your team suffered 2 defeats this season. Do you know who they were against?
Yeah, unfortunately it was Tower Hamlets. Those were the only team. That's the only team that we lost both of our games. Both games, home and away. So it wasn't something.
So the fact that they were hot on your heels in second place was always, you're always mindful until you got over that final hurdle. What was it like coming into those last 2 or 3 games when you? At what point did you and the boys actually think that you could win it?
Well, when we were behind Tower Hamlet, Leytonstone, we were comfortable. We didn't have no pressure. Once we went to the top, that's when it's like that was in our hands. You know, it's for us to lose rather than to win. Yeah. Because if we did not continue winning games, then the other guys could have taken over. By beating Leytonstone and drawing one against them, that kind of helped us. But we could not do nothing about Tower Hamlet. So, you know, we had to win all our games in order to get promotion. So that was our only aim to do.
You've heard us speak over the last 2 or 3 weeks, especially Rash. Rash has been your biggest supporter up here. Every time I've always tried to put a little dent in you, he's always backed you guys up. And we've spoken about the fact that sometimes you can concede a goal, 2 goals, 3 goals, but the team always manages to just not worry about it and get over it. What does that say about the mentality of the team you've got there?
Well, it's just that I think, again, I've got to give credit to the manager. It's just the way he has set the boys up, regardless of, the worst thing you can do is when you're losing is panic and start shouting and screaming at each other. It doesn't really help. And that's what he's installed in them, in training, and just sort of just letting them play. That's the best thing you can do, just let them play, And if they've got the hunger, they will get that extra goal. They will go the extra mile, and that's what they had. They wanted to win, even though it was our first season. They just wanted to win, and I think that's what's kind of got them that extra goal.
So let's understand the fabric of your team now. Where do all you guys come from? Where do they all hail from?
Well, we're based in Camden, but all our players are basically Central Camden, Islington, some from Westminster, all around Northwest London. We've got a setup from youth setup from some under 7s up to 13s. Then we've got the Sunday team. And then hopefully next year we'll have a reserve team to help the Premier Division team. So we've sort of got not stuck for players. So we've got players coming in, and hopefully that will sort of help them out. So that's where we are. We've got sort of like close to about 100 playing registered members from the youth setup who play in Camden and Regent's Park League. And this is ILFL. I mean, we've played in ILFL before. 3 or 4 seasons ago, we left and then come back.
You learnt something and you came back and you thought, this is how you need to be champions. So you came back with a mentality, and this works. And you said earlier you're looking forward to the Premier Division. it's an ominous thing. It's an ominous task. We've seen teams come up and struggle to find their feet. Well, what are the things that you're going to try and put in place to make sure that you get started on the right foot?
Well, unfortunately, the top 2 scorers that we've got from the first division, they're going on a scholarship to America. So that's like our 40 goals a season.
So you're in the market for these strikers.
We're in the market. But I mean, we're going to be recruiting during the summer to strengthen the squad up and give the boys, the ones who brought us up, we're going to try to give them, as Ahmed, I'm sure he'll be trying to give them as much game as possible to reward them for the hard work they put in. And I've already spoken to him, and he's already got players wanting to play for us because of the success we've had. So he's got players coming in. It shouldn't be it's not going to be a problem. But it's just like when we come in, we want to be able to compete with all the top teams, rather than just become make up the number. That's not what we're going to be there for. We want to go there, whether we win or not. But we want to be there, competing for every single game. That's what we want to do. That's going to be our ambition.
That's a great mentality to have. Cameras, I mean, we've spoken in previous weeks about teams that come in and they've got the right setup. The organisation and the structure is there. But not only that, we've also got a team that are not from East London. They've come from outside, they've come in, and they've done really, really well. I mean, this is what Inner London Football League is all about.
It is. I mean, our league is very diverse, and it goes out quite a radius outside of Tower Hamlets, and it's becoming a theme, isn't it? With London Tigers coming outside London, West End coming out of Tower Hamlets, doing well. But this is what we want to encourage. We want to encourage more teams from outside of Tower Hamlets, outside the boroughs, to come and compete. And what the teams in Tower Hamlets have become used to is playing against one another, summer, winter. And it's rather dull and boring. So having the likes of Tigers, West End, and a CTA from south of the river is a breath of fresh air, really, and it's exciting. It brings colour and excitement and competition to the game, really.
Azad, what's it been like coming over to East London and playing on pitches where the only supporters you have are yourselves? I mean, what would it be like for one of the teams to come over and play in your neck of the woods?
Well, I think they will get a good hospitable welcome.
Hospitable?
We won't be looking. I'm sure there won't be nothing to be afraid of. But I mean, as I said, if we did play in Regent's Park, that's where we all play, or that's where we kind of the Saturday, Sunday games are, and it's very good pitches there. All our supporters will be all there. All our youth team will be. I'm sure they'll be coming out to support the boys, and so any team that will come over. Coming to East London, I think it's been very sportsmanship. I haven't heard any incident where just because we're from West London, teams are doing. I haven't heard it, and no one's complained to me. None of our managers complained to me. I think all the managers, been good. Players been good. Obviously, you get one or two spats here. That's football. That's for you. But all in all, I think we as a club, enjoyed it. The boys have come in and enjoyed it without the fear of being, outsider from it didn't feel like that. It's just about a game of football, and that's what we did, and that's what the boys enjoyed.
Fantastic.
I was going to quickly ask, the team you play on Sunday, did they come through the youth system, or was that a new formed team? Because
some of the boys that played for us, but when they're about under 12, 13s, 15s, and they went away for a bit to pursue their career at a higher level. Some of them will play on a Saturday, some of them don't, so they've come back together again. Because
you've got a fairly young side that plays on a Sunday, and the refreshing thing, and I think it's an example to the other teams in the league, it's the mentality, how they play on the pitch. And the reason I actually saw a lot of the games in Hackney Marshes, the way they play, there's no screaming, shouting, there's a lot of sportsmanship, and the fitness is very good. So I'm thinking these guys are educated, they've been trained up and prepared mentally, which other teams are still lacking. So I think I think it must be because they come from the youth system. Yeah,
a lot of them have, and as I said, Ahmed, our manager, he's been working with them for a while. He's known them for a while, and just trying to get together, and then he came up to me and said, I've got a group, because Ahmed used to play for us long time ago. He used to, when we had a Saturday team, he used to play for that. So I've known Ahmed for a very long time. So he's come up to me and said, look, I've got these boys, can we do something? And ILFL was the ideal place because of the logistically, getting there, and plus putting the nets up. you know, because none of the boys drive. So can you imagine,
Yeah.
you know, I mean, it's still like corner flags and stuff like that. They come on the bus, so I'm surprised they haven't been stopped by the police or someone along the way.
I mean, Rash is right about mentality. Mentality goes a long way. Confidence alone isn't necessarily what it takes for you to succeed. I mean, look at what happened to SCTA and Leytonstone. I mean, beginning of the season, full of confidence. I think those two teams had the highest confidence level. But as Rash says, mentality, hard work, effort, determination, it all comes into account. Confidence alone isn't going to win you much.
You spoke, Azad, about your manager playing for the team a while ago. How long is a while ago? How long have West End been going for?
West End's been going since 2005. I think like you've probably heard this story before. It was basically when we started up, it was just me and a couple of mates. It's usual stuff like that. And then I've got 4 younger brothers, so they wanted to play. So I sort of set up a youth team for them the following season, and it sort of grew from there. Starting at one team, then another team, then another team.
What was the first league you played in?
It's called West End Amateur Football Association League. It's a Saturday league. They're based in, most of the teams are based in West London and North West.
And
So
where are you going now? Now you're ILFL First Division champions. What's next?
Well, hopefully now that these guys, this team's promoted the Premier Division, and then as I said, we'll get another team into as a reserve or A team, and hopefully let them play in a couple of seasons in the Premier Division, get used to the higher level of football, playing against higher teams, you know, the likes of Tigers, Stepney, Beaumont, get some more experience. And we sort of, our ideal aim is to go put a team into Middlesex Premier Division or First Division, one of the teams, because we've got experience playing in the Middlesex County First Division, and we played last 2 seasons, and unfortunately this season it hasn't worked out as well as I would have liked to, because one of our manager kind of left to pursue other things, a lot better, or when I say better, when, you know, higher level football. That's kind of put a dent to us. So that's our aim, and then we've got the youth set up there as well, so that will sort of support the reserves and the first team. So that's how we will be sort of working towards.
Good stuff.
Hopefully.
It's great learning all about you, Azad. Thanks very much for that. You're going to stick around for the final segment of the show, which is coming up after this short break.
You are watching ILFL Soccer Nights.
Sponsored by Hawk and Eagle.